Hi guys, I'm Lucas here from UOB Kane. Today I'm going to share about this week market update. Let us start with some important news. US announced CPI index last week. As we can see from this chart, the CPI index actually gradually coming down, and this time the index is at 8.2%, which is above the forecast 0.1%. Okay, the data didn't come down a lot and still at the high side. We will zoom in and see which are the part that is still on high side. Okay, this is announced by the US government, and I already post the PDF file in my Telegram channel. Later, if you have time, you can have a look. Okay, as we can see over here, the food still at a very high side and still keep on increasing at the food price, and also for the rental and the housing price over here. The rental, mostly the rental here, as you can see, still didn't come down because food and rental over here is not so elastic. Okay, it takes times for the price to come down. For example, if you rent a house for 1 year, you because of the CPI or the interest rate, the rental won't come down for the next month. Will come down after, maybe after the contract end. So it really takes time, and it shows some delay in the price. And for the food as well, even though the commodity price has been dropping a bit over here, but the food price, once the food price increase, it will take some time, or even is very unlikely for them to drop back for the food. So as you know, in Malaysia also the same. When a food price increase, you seldom see the food price coming down afterwards, even though the economy shows some slowdown. But on the energy side over here, as you can see, it slow down a bit, or starting from July here, August and September. This means that the interest rate hike actually do impact the energy price. As later on we look into the oil price, actually is coming down, so which is one of the good news. But for the food price and also the rental price, it still stay at the very top over here. Okay, and we look into the used car and trucks. As we know that last year in the US, the used car is actually price going up, but right now, as you can see, it's gradually coming down already. Okay, so I think that the CPI index still at a very high side, 8.2%, and US government still want to bring down to around 2%. So they are taking a very aggressive approach, which keep on continue their interest rate hike at a very high momentum, and they target to go up to 4.5 to 4.7%. Okay, this at a very fast pace over here, it might bring some side effect to the capital market, as the RW, one of the famous fund managers, say that this economic policy actually is hurting the US and creating a bubble. So something that if you do too aggressive to take what it takes to control the price or bring down and to achieve your motive, it might bring some side effect to the market. So next year will be very challenging for the market, so we still need to continue to monitor what is the Fed upcoming economic policy. All right, next we can see that the mortgage rate in US hit 16 years high over here, 6.81%. Okay, this may bring down the demand for the housing in US. Okay, but this is not so related to the rental yield. Okay, so this will hurt the investor or the people who want to buy the house, but not the people who want to rent. But anyway, they are able to bring down some of the demand for the housing uh, price. And as we can see that the purchase, the application of purchase actually dropped a bit over here. Okay, so this will slow down some of the demand in US. All right, next we look into China. Actually, China also facing the housing problem. So there's a housing bubble over here in China itself. So it's very serious, and it already caused the economy to slow down, and even the capital market and the stock market related to property is really go down by a lot. So right now they are having a community party meeting. So they are is going to announce some of the plan in the housing side. So we need to continue to monitor as well. So for the Hong Kong, same, property market is tumbling, and the demand is coming down, and there's more uh, um, stockpile for the property side, and this is caused by the U.S. interest rate hike. Hong Kong might follow, and also the China is controlling some of the policy in Hong Kong as well. So some of the rich Hong Kong people are um, putting their money out from Hong Kong, maybe buy. In this news, they say that it's buying in Singapore and Australia and other country. All right. Next, we look into TSMC. Actually, TSMC announced quite a good result, but in terms of prospect, they are cutting their capital spending by roughly 10% because there's some slowdown on smartphone and other digital devices. So they are looking into other category like cloud services and even electric vehicles to maintain their result or their profit. So this means that in terms of chip maker or the semiconductor market, actually for the prospect is quite bad, and it's already so-called reflect in their share price. But I think that there's definitely still some downside for TSMC. The valuation already come to one of the lowest point right now, which is around 10 PE, around there. But if you factor in the slowdown of the growth and everything, uh, maybe there will still have some downside, okay, for chip maker like TSMC. Next, we look into ASML. Okay, ASML also one of the leader of the maker of the equipment that produce semiconductors. They say they have the worst annual performance since 20 2. Okay, all right. So they say they lost around 169 billion in market value. This is some of the reason is caused by the US government that bans and restrict to export the technology to China. So this means that their sales is going to drop, and also this also cause the China side to have problems, or even more challenging for them to uh, manufacture the semicon. All right, so we still need to continue to monitor the relevant news for all the semiconductor industry as well. So next, we look into China having meeting now, and the market previously think that maybe they will so-called maybe loosen some of the COVID policy, but in the meeting says that still looking to double down the zero COVID policy. So means that they are still hanging with the zero COVID policy. This means that it will be still very challenging for the China economy to run smoothly. Okay, so maybe next week we will see some effect on the capital market as well. Okay, next, some of the political issue, political uncertainty for China and the Taiwan side, and the president says that it will never promise to renounce use of force with the Taiwan's political issue. So this brings more uncertainty to the market, especially right now. US side is having targeting China and having some trade war between US and China. So this means that this issue definitely will still be one of the main thing that we need to monitor and focus on. Next, we look into Russia. Okay, Russia, there's no slowdown in terms of war, and there's still a lot of uncertainty around. And if Russia warns that if Ukraine join NATO, there will probably be World War III. So also a lot of uncertainty around. So we need to read up the news time by time as well. Next, US actually banned the aluminium export for the Russia, but this doesn't really bring a spike in the aluminium price. There's some rebound, but overall still the aluminium price still under control. So later on we will look into the chart as well. Next, we look into the KLCI index. Actually, KLCI index is on a long-term downtrend. It's already break the support level, and maybe there's some rebound, but overall still on a downtrend. For the small cap as well, still on a downtrend, currently at a support level, but we didn't see any news that will cause the market to rebound sharply at the current moment right now. Next, we look into Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and S&P 500. After the CPI index announced, actually there's a rebound on Thursday, and on Friday itself it dropped back down. Okay, this also highly related to the US Fed policy and their thoughts on the market. So if any news that came up from the US Fed, definitely will affect the market immediately over here. Okay, so we need to closely monitor that as well. Next, we look into China, Hang Seng, Hong Kong market and China market. Actually, it's quite bad. It really hit the one of the lowest point recently. So for the Hang Seng, we see that it will continue to trend down this year. Next, we look into China. There's some rebound, short-term rebound, but overall, I think that on the China side also on a downtrend, and especially right now they are having meetings. Any policy will affect the market, will be very volatile right now. Next, we look into Malaysia. Some of the Malaysia index, construction index continue to trend down. Consumer, okay, most of the index is trending down, except for the healthcare. I think that recently there's a lack of any teams in the market to buy, so that in the healthcare index, because it's already dropped quite some time and it's at the bottom side, and recently US dollar is strengthening. So I think that there's some short-term fund flowing in to buy for the healthcare index, but definitely it's on a short-term basis. If need to have a long-term uptrend to run, definitely for the fundamental they need to improve. Okay, the ASP need to stop to drop, and you need to see that the glove demand need to come back up. So but right now I think that there will be definitely a short-term rebound only. Next we look into industrial products, property index. Property, any commodity also trending down, so it's very hard to find a buying point right now. Okay, so for Malaysia market, nothing much. So for semicon index also actually is dropping, so nothing much. For aluminium price, just now as spoken, there's some small rebound, but still on this level, so nothing much for the commodity price. Next, the only index that is very strong right now is dollar index. Dollar index keep on continue to go up. Actually, in UOB Kay you are able to convert some of your money in your trading account to US dollar. Okay, I have one very smart clients who does that in early this year. So he managed to convert all his money in his trading account and park under US dollar. So right now he didn't do anything, but compared to Malaysia ringgit, it's already strengthened around 10%. So actually he already gained so-called on the currency gain lah on his trading account. So you are able to do so. If you have any question on this, you can PM me as well. Next, we look into Malaysian index. Actually, it's already up, and Malaysian ringgit really dropped more than 10% at this current moment. It's already come to 4.7%. Next, Chinese yuan, euro, and Japan yen all is dropping against the US dollar. So I think that Japanese yen is get hit the most. It's already up to date. It's already 30%. So very serious. Especially right now, they are doing QQE, and they are buying their treasury bonds. So their target is to control the bond price to drop, and to actually stimulate the economy, and they are not able to afford the interest rate to go up a lot, especially when their national debt is very high right now. So they are in a very awkward situation. They are stuck. So compared to Malaysia, they are in a much worse situation right now. So for them it's very challenging. So next we look into Bitcoins. Nothing much for cryptocurrency, especially right now. Next we look into treasury yield. Actually treasury yield is still keep on trending up. I think that this will definitely need to see US Fed policy. Okay, if they start to say that they are slowing down, I think that you will see the peak of the bond yield very soon. But right now, the target still is to control the inflation. So I think that for the next year, 4.5 to 4.75% target, the treasury yield will still continue to go up. Next, we look into oil price. Actually, oil price is dropping. Okay, which is a good news. But our OPEC continue on their output cut, and this definitely will cause the market to be volatile for some time. But overall, if the demand able to bring back down, I think that the oil price won't spike up by a lot. Next, we look into food futures. Actually, food futures is quite stable right now. Nothing much. It's on sideways. Next, we look into stock above 200-day average is around 21%. I think that this will continue to drop for the upcoming week and upcoming months as well. So we will see that the market will keep on continue to trend down. Okay, that's all for global news and also global market. Now we look into Malaysia side. Okay, for the new IPO stock, actually all is trending down. So the new IPO trend is already over. Currently is already over. We need to wait for another trend. So nothing much on the new IPO. Next, we look into my short-term list. Right now, ATEC is on the support level. If drop below support level, I will remove from the list. Next, OneTech is already at the resistance level. If start to trend down, I will also remove from my list as well. Gamuda is on sideways. If didn't drop below the support level, I will continue keep. Pekat, okay. Last 2 weeks, there's some spike in the solar sector, but right now it's trending back down, and Pekat is at the support level. If drop below support level, I will also remove from the list as well. But do be aware that if the share price is below 50 cents around there, I think that it's very important for you to manage your position well. Don't enter at a very big uh, position, because the volatility is quite volatile lah. If the share price is below 50 cents, the drop might be around 10 or even more than 10%. So if you are trading so-called penny stocks, make sure that your risk management and your positions and your trade do manage well. Next, we look into Perak Transit also on a sideway. If didn't drop below support, we'll keep. Okay, so for this week and last few weeks, there's not much buy point or swing trade for the market right now, unless you are trading for intraday and you buy sell on the same day, or else definitely it's very challenging for you to trade. The more you trade, the more mistake you're going to make. So I think that it is wise to keep a very high cash position right now. You can trade, but try to enter a very small amount. Okay, I will keep on continue to post in my Telegram channel if there's any news, and there's any topic, I will post in my Telegram channel. So that's all for today. If you have any question, please let me know. Thank you very much.